Good morning, guys. It's Goose here. Welcome to STN Stock Talk. Hopefully I sound like Barry White to you guys. I'm trying to convince my wife of that. She hasn't bought it yet. Guys, hopefully you checked us out at stocktraders.net. I'm happy to be back. Ricky, thanks for taking over yesterday and carrying it. You did great. It was awesome.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to let you, kind of go a little bit through the intro as far as, what we have to offer over there. But I do want to remind you guys that, come check us all at stocktraders.net. We have a trial that's like 3 days long. It's like $25. You should jump in it, check out the premium side. But even if you just want to come over to the trading floor and just, send us any messages on anything we're covering, please do that, guys. That's what it's there for. It's easy to sign up, and hopefully we see you there, and just shoot us a message and let us know. And also, like Ricky always says, make sure you like our YouTube so we can continue to grow and help people out. Just a disclaimer to you guys is, nothing that we're talking about today is any type of solicitation, okay? We're just here to, help you guys out, show you a view on a few names, and go from there. Make sure you guys read the disclaimer in the description area. And we just try to keep to a couple ideas a piece, a few ideas, and go from there. And let's have a great day. There's a ton of stocks on scan. I'm excited to see what Ricky has, and then I got a few for you afterwards. So I'll turn it over to you, Ricky, and we'll go from there. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Goose. It's good to have you back, even with your voice a little bit raspy still. Sounding good, though. Like you said, there are so many different things we offer over there, from the widgets, the Turbo Scan, which is like a proprietary scanner that catches things long before Twitter or the rest of the world's onto these moves. We even are releasing Tron soon, which is a platform that allows the community to make trades together and make decisions together and not actually have to put their own capital on the line, but actually watch the trades play out and build the account at the same time. So it basically is teaching people how to remain emotionless and make rational decisions while being in these trades, which is such a huge, huge thing. Most traders fail because of emotions, at least in my opinion. But yeah, you guys got to come over and check us out. There's so many things on the horizon. There's even things that I'm not even allowed to disclose yet, but I'm telling you, there's big stuff popping, guys. So let's get into my list. It's a short one today, and the first one, I'm going to just go ahead and put a disclaimer out there. It's a dud. It's SPEX, and you can see it had a pretty big pop early on. I thought this was going to be something that was going to be on the list, but when we make these lists, you can't guarantee everything's going to have follow through. But oh, 1 second, I just realized I don't have my charts up. Let's go. Sorry about that, guys. Here it is, SPEX, and as you can see, there's the pop, and then just straight faded right back. This used to be a low float, so it used to get these big runs. You can see, I think the current float's right around 8.5 million, but in the very, very near future, guys, they're going to be a really large float. And I'm assuming once they go through this merger, they're issuing 46 million shares in connection with the merger. They will most likely be doing a reverse split after that, or else they're not going to be able to get their share price to move at all. But if this thing does turn around today and maybe push back up to these pre-market highs and get even another set of legs, it will be on my watch. I did locate, and we'll see if it does provide any sort of opportunity. It's one of those turds that gives back most of its gains. You can just tell by the daily chart. But I won't waste too much time on it, since it looks like as of right now, it's not going to be in play. The big name on my list today that is in play is NSPR, and this is a known turd. These guys have not been able to maintain enough stockholder equity for the amount of concurrent or consecutive losing quarters and fiscal years. And, they are part of the New York Stock Exchange. They're not on the NASDAQ. And in my view, the NYSE regulations on what it takes to maintain your stock listing is not quite as strict as the NASDAQ. And even so, I have a feeling that someday down the line, these guys are the type of company that'll end up getting delisted. They just can't quite seem to get it together. Their product sucks. I mean, the PR today is just the fact that they made it into Peru. From a technical perspective, you can see the downtrending long-term chart on it. You can see that the gap up this morning is right into this congestion area, right around 270. So we're going to see if this acts as the cap. It may not. It may get some more legs, and then I'll be looking for a push up into what we have is the 50-day right at about 450. I know that sounds like a dream if it could get up there, but you never know. The float is small in this one. This one is about 2.6 million shares. they did an offering February 28th when they were not allowed to do any offerings until March 1st. And I started thinking about it. I was like, how did they do an offering on February 28th? Well, February is a short month. So I'm assuming that they didn't close it till March 1st. And so they actually were able to squeeze that one in. And it was basically based on regulations put forth by their Series D preferred shares they issued in a private placement in December. That being said, guys, I'm very short biased on this one. I have locates. I actually took a short in the pre-market on a scalp, just in some levels that it was hitting. And I'm ready to hammer this one as soon as it shows me a lower high and somewhere to put risk against. But as always, guys, you know, I'm not getting in front of these on the front side. I'm waiting for it to show me that it's time to take a little hit at it. And if it shows me it's time to take a big bite, then by all means, this is one where I'll probably throw Thor's hammer at it. All right, guys, that's it for me today. I told you it was going to be a short one, but Goose has some good ones, and I can't wait since he was not here yesterday. I've been needing a little Goose in my life, man. Take it away.
Thanks, man. Good job as always, and appreciate it. Sorry, guys, I sound like this, but hopefully by the end of the week, by the long weekend, I'll be great and ready to party. Just kidding. Yeah, party with 3 kids. That always works. So let me just get into my list, guys. I have so many different things that are on my list, and obviously we could cover the easy ones, in my opinion, on Facebooks and Twitters and stuff like that. I'm going to go to a couple different odd ones, and I want to make a little comment on one other one. But I'm going to start off with ROKU. Now they're working on getting, I don't know whether since I've been off the desk for a few minutes, whether they did do the pricing, but I think they're looking to price a block between 32.50, 34.50, if I'm correct. And I still like what I'm looking at on ROKU is you see this action here. I mean, I know the market's down. It did the fade. That to me was all by design. I mean, who knows? It does look like it broke right here, but what I'm looking for is I like the long idea. I want to see how it reacts. I don't need to be first in on this name, but this name does have a history of having some pretty decent range. You can see on some of these candles here. So you have $3 moves. I mean, you have some pretty good moves on this name in the past as you go back and even into December, some big moves. But what I'm looking to see is how it does. And I put on the little tweet that I had off the prior couple days high. So low is 31.80, and the low here was 32.85. And right now it looks like it's in the 33.70 range or so. I'd love to buy it on weakness, and then use either the low of the day as a guide, previous low as a guide, or the whole number. So I am long biased. I'm going to look for a long entry and go from there. But it's not something I'm going to fight. Like if they want to stuff it on any pushes up to 34 or 34.50, I don't need to be part of that. I mean, yesterday, we were trading TVPT on the short side. Had a great trade on it, and I flipped it and just was done with it. I mean, you got to know when to jump out of a trade if it's not working. And I just was talking about that early on pre-market. So that's why I wanted to bring that up. Is don't be shy to take off the trade and move on to another one. If you would have fought TVPT all day yesterday, you could have really gotten your butt kicked on it. I mean, it just kept grinding higher and higher. So, there's no reason to fight anything if it's not working for you. Obviously, you want to watch market conditions as well. Also want to look at lows this morning, LOW. And what I'm looking at, I don't know if you guys see, but yesterday, I mean, this is a nice level, this 88 level. So that's going to be my first level that if you guys saw it, my tweet that I was looking at. And what I'm looking at here is I might not even wait till, I usually wait for like a red to green move on it. But because it's so close to 90, I might not even wait for that and try to get better entry using like the yesterday's support level. Now, if it wants to wash further than that, I'll probably use the 20-day or something like that as a guide, which you could see, kind of over here. It held for a couple days as well, and it was a little bit of a resistance area as well, which obviously I always say, prior resistance is new support. So, just, those are my couple thoughts on lows. I like the long play on it. I don't think it's going to get up to the 50-day by any means today, but I would like to see a push through 90 and maybe towards 92 today. That'd be an ideal trade for me. If it wants to give more, maybe I'll leave a 5th on or a 4th on or something like that to see if it wants to keep going, depending on what the market's giving us today. So that's on lows. My little wild card one today is I'm looking at OMER. I like throwing in some of these wild cards. It broke the 50-day yesterday and closed below it, which usually I do not like. But that being said, it's had a huge, after this big push here, an incredible move down from the 200-day. It went up, touched it, moved down. And I think it's on a lot of people's bounce radar. So I want to be real cautious with it. And this is one that, it's all about entry to me. It only traded, a couple million shares yesterday, which was quite a bit down from this, whatever it was, 16 mil or whatever it traded that one day. But what I'm looking at is this $12 level. Again, what I just said, or, using the that theory of the prior resistance, the new support area. So this has come all the way in. I'm not looking to marry this company and thinking it's going back to 18 by any means. But what I'd love to do is play the bounce, maybe a push back up on the 50-day or better, maybe up towards 14 is where I'm kind of thinking this has a chance to go if it holds 12. So I think this name will have a little bit of range possibly on the bounce day. I think 12 is a good number to start with to see if it wants to come off of that. And I think if I do trade above 12 and get a long position in there, I'd probably use like 1190 guide. And if it fails and wants to keep coming, it's, my thought is it's probably going to come test this $10, 1050 level. So no reason to marry it. I'll just move on and wait for that turn. And what I always mean, guys, on these things is waiting for that confirmation at that higher low to jump in. So hopefully you guys have are doing well and staying safe. Have a great day today, guys, and look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow at 9:05. So let's have a great day.
Thanks a lot, Goose. As always, guys, if you don't have a plan, you don't have a trade, stay safe out there like Goose just said. But at the same time, let's go out there and crush it. Peace.